Win a Pageant, episode 42. If you're ready for more in-depth pageant training, get the free pageant course at freepageantcourse.com. Let's win a pageant. Hey girl, welcome to another episode of Win a Pageant. In this episode, you are going to learn the 3 most important things that you need for your pageant journey. I believe these include a mentor, community, and self-value. Now, we're going to dive into each one of these, and I'll explain why each of them are important and then how you can get it. So let's start with a mentor. Now, why is this important? Well, because a mentor provides guidance. You can learn from their experience, and they can give you direct advice. The value of a mentor is just unbelievable. The women that I see competing who have mentors, and good mentors at that, who are in the industry and who are knowledgeable and who've gone before them and stuff, if you've got a good mentor, you're automatically like light years above other people who have not worked with somebody, because mentors provide you that guidance that kind of can lay the groundwork for you and the advice that you need based on their former experience. So how do you get a mentor? Well, you want to look for somebody that is ahead of you. So of course you're not going to be, finding a mentor who's either at your same pace, at your same level, or someone who's never done pageants before, right? You want somebody who has had success in the industry, and you want it to be authentic success, not somebody who's just like boasting success, but someone who's really done a lot of pageants and experienced, kind of been around the block, right? And then, now this one is the absolute most important. You want your mentor to have shared core values with you. You don't want somebody who is, going to treat you very differently than you would want to be treated. You don't want somebody who is, just after a quick buck kind of thing. You really want somebody that aligns with your beliefs and your core values, because then their experience and their guidance and their advice will be that much more valuable to you, because you'll see yourself in it, and it will be something, advice you'll want to take, versus somebody who's giving you advice and their core values are all messed up compared to yours, and now they're giving you advice that you're like, ooh, I really don't want to take that advice, So look at the people that you're considering as a mentor and consider, do they have the same values as I do? Are they ahead of me? And do they have some level of success so that their advice and their experience and guidance will be helpful to you? Community. Now, community is really important because of the participation. The community is who you'll lean into for voting for you, for various things, online voting and stuff, for People's Choice Award, for contests and such. And these are going to be the people who show up at the pageant. They're going to buy tickets to the pageant, That's your community. You also lean into community for feedback on decisions that you might need to make. And because it's fun, that's where your friendships are. That's where really the excitement lies, and that's how you can enjoy your pageant experience. So how do you get them? Well, there are some that are free and there are some that are paid. I'm going to talk with you about both of those in a moment, but I want to share with you my experience with the community aspect. When I first started pageants, there was no online access to really much at all. Facebook had just gotten started, and not everybody was even on it. It was limited to only people who were in schools, in college and stuff. So it really was limited in how do you get this community. So I really leaned into my family and friends, the people in my local area. And then I had to get pageant community, right? I had to develop friendships in the pageant community. And so I did that by creating friendships with the people I was competing with. So I was able to reach out to them. I got feedback from mentors in that space, and directors of other local pageants and people who were competing in my local area. But there are much, much easier ways to do this and faster ways to gain that sense of community now. So let's look at those. So the free ones are your family and friends, which I mentioned, could be your Facebook followers. You may be even able to find communities on Facebook. There are so many groups now. So just do a search for Facebook groups of people who enjoy pageants, You might even look in on LinkedIn to see what communities are available to you there, or Google+. And then a great one is meetup.com. This is especially for people who live in more urban areas where there are just simply more people. Meetup.com is a free service, and it allows people to kind of connect. Actually, it started when 9/11 happened. People were looking to meet up with the people that they thought might have been in that terrorist attack. And so they created meetup.com, and now it's sort of branched into so many different areas. I mean, there are meetups for learning Spanish, there are meetups for photography, and meetups for healthy cooking and stuff. So you can use meetup.com to find a meetup in your area that surrounds pageantry. And then, of course, there are the paid communities. Mine, The Art of Pageantry, is considered a paid community. When you become a member of The Art of Pageantry, you get access to the other members. And this is how we can vote for each other for contests that you are running in, or for People's Choice Awards and stuff. You've got access to a much larger community that's nationwide and potentially even international than you would if you were just looking at the people in your area that you're competing with. So consider what you can do both free and paid to get the most bang for your buck. Now, self-value is the final thing that we're going to talk about that you really, really need in your pageant journey. And the reason that this one is so important is because I've talked to so many women that lose themselves in pageantry. Now, as you can imagine, just as in most, elements of the beauty industry, you really do have to be the person that values yourself the most. When you have a high value on who you are, you act very differently, right? All of a sudden, your confidence is stronger. You stand up for yourself more. You're not allowing other people to push you around. And in pageants, when you are holding a pageant title for 1 year, oftentimes other people want to tell you what to do, or want to kind of guide you in a certain way, or take on their morals, But when you have self-value, you won't let that happen. You are going to maintain knowing that you are worth something. So think about, what are you really worth? What are the things that you find as really valuable? And this will play out in the time where you spend your time. So if you're going to spend extra time socializing, if you're going to spend more time at an event, if you're going to spend more time working out at a gym, you need to consider, what are you worth and where are you going to put your time? Your money. What are you going to put your money into? Are you going to hoard your money and put it into things that don't matter? Or are you going to put it into yourself and invest in yourself and recognize what you have to offer the world? If you are able to invest your time and your money in yourself, oh goodness, you are your greatest asset. That would be brilliant, investing your time and your money in yourself, because you are worth it. And then finally, your resources. So think about the resources that are already at your fingertips. What do you already have that you can use to improve your future agenda? Think about that vision that's far bigger than you. How can you use your time, your money, and your resources in the smartest way to value you, so that you are putting that money in the best asset, and that's in you. And having this as just is so important to the success of women in pageantry. I see oftentimes women do not value themselves enough, and then they show up in a pageant. They have not put the time into their workouts. They have not put the money into their preparation, and they have not used their resources appropriately. So then they find themselves on stage, and it's obvious that they don't value themselves. If you do not value yourself first, then how do you expect other people to value you? It shows up on stage like you would not believe. So allow yourself to put high worth on you. And then spend your time, your money, and your resources accordingly. And that, ladies, is how you win a pageant. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Hey there, I'm Alycia Darby, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching that last video. If you totally loved it and got something from it, would you just click subscribe right here to subscribe to our YouTube channel? Hey, I am here for you, and I've got so many more trainings and videos for you. In fact, this one would be a really great one to watch next. Or if that topic doesn't interest you, then try this one. It's my most recent video training. So I think both of these would be really great for you. Thank you again so much for subscribing. I am honored to be your coach. I'll see you again soon.